Welcome to Hendo's Breakdowns. This time I'm going to kind of look at the Prochazka Pereira fight, since Pereira is going to be fighting in UFC 300 as one of the main events. So I thought I'd take a look at this and break it down for you. Yeah, and I was live at this fight in Madison Square Garden. So my thoughts when I saw it the first time live was, Pereira was doing a really good job being patient, trying not to be overly aggressive so he wouldn't get taken down easily. And he was just kind of waiting to pick his shots, and that's kind of how it ended. I did think Prochazka was starting to land and get his rhythm a little bit and really was moving in the right direction, moving the needle in the right direction, I should say, before he got knocked down. And I do think it was a quick stoppage, so let's take a look at it. Yeah, I think Pereira was doing a great job with some of those leg kicks and really irritating Prochazka, definitely doing some damage with him. I think if Prochazka would have been a little bit better in the clinch and was able to kind of turn one of those clinches into a takedown, he really would have changed the outcome of the fight, I think. Yeah, Prochazka does throw a lot of wild punches, but he lands quite a bit, I think, because he's a lot longer than what you'd think. Maybe his goofy thing on the top of his head distracts his opponent. Prochazka definitely was able to get into the clinch a couple times and tried a takedown or two from there, but just wasn't able to control in that position. And just a couple minor changes or being more comfortable there or more knowledgeable in that situation, he could have just controlled more and then turned it into an easy takedown. It's not like Pereira is super great in the clinch and defending takedowns from the clinch. It's just, Prochazka just didn't know exactly what to do there. Prochazka definitely landed quite a bit in that second round. That's what I'm watching now. And now he's in the clinch. Doesn't know how to capitalize from that clinch. Pereira is just good on his feet, and he obviously shows good power, and especially with him landing that leg kick quite a bit, you don't want to just stand out in front of him. I think Prochazka was doing great when he was pressuring him and being offensive, but he did get in the clinch a couple times, like he is right now, and has a great lock on him, but just doesn't know what to do. And it's one of those positions that you get into every single fight, or most fights get into the clinch at some point, and if you can really capitalize on that, you're way ahead of the game. I like to focus on clinch quite a bit. It was part of my game, and being a Greco guy, it came natural. Usually I could really dominate somebody from the clinch, and it's one of those things that you're not really seeing. This is when Prochazka got knocked down, and he pulled him on. I felt like he pulled him back on top of him to get out of that position, and the referee stopped it right away. Way too fast. He obviously was knocked silly, but you got to give the guy a chance to get out of there if he can. And he wasn't just laying there defenseless. He kind of pulled him on top of him and was still moving. When the referee stopped it, it was definitely a quick stoppage. Outcome could have definitely been the same, or Prochazka definitely could have got out of that round, and I felt like he was definitely doing better in round 2 than Pereira. Commentators say the same thing. It was a little bit of a quick stoppage. Striking wise, Pereira's definitely got the power. He's got the skills and precision, and he definitely showed quite a bit of patience, not getting too aggressive to be taken down too easy. I think for a guy that's just going to stand up against him, he'll be a real tough opponent. But if you're going to take him down fairly easy and be able to show those holes in his game, you got a good chance of beating him. If I was fighting these days and had him as an opponent, I would definitely be, working on striking my way into that clinch or a takedown and really wearing him out before I stood up and just banged with him. Obviously, getting in the clinch, I like to do a lot of striking from there as well. So that would have been part of the game plan. And Pereira that's one of the things he really needs to work on, is not being taken down from anywhere. clinch included. This should be an interesting fight in UFC 300, so I'm looking forward to that, and I will have more probably to go with that UFC 300 card. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my thoughts on this fight, and more to come.